Why I want to do roots. I was actually writing about this in my journal last night at like 2 in the morning. I couldn't sleep because I was really just, I had like thousands of thoughts going through my head. And I was realizing that when I first applied for this, I almost felt like it was something I was doing for me. And that I was doing this so that I could figure out things about myself. And while that's still true, I really have come to understand that I'm doing this not just for me, but for my family and for my grandparents. And I feel like it's almost an obligation, you know. I feel like doing this is something that my family needs me to do, and I need to do it for my family. So I love my family, and there's just so much love within that house and with those relatives, and every time we get together, of course we're eating, and every time we get together, it's just there's laughter and there's food and people hugging, and I feel like this is just something that we need and something that I need to bring to this family. I picked my mother's father's village because I feel like since I grew up in San Francisco and I grew up tied to San Francisco's Chinatown, that I really wanted to connect to that side of the family first and foremost, because that is where I really started understanding what it means for me to be Chinese American, what it means for me to be Hapa, and to like kind of how I navigate my life as someone who's half Chinese. And my big understanding for that, a big part of that is because of where we are, and we are here because of my grandfather's father. So his village is like kind of the key of that.
I lose some sales and my boss won't be happy, but I can't stop listening to the sound of two soft voices blended in perfection from the reels of this record that I found. Every day there's a boy in the mirror asking me, what are you doing here? Finding all my previous motives growing increasingly unclear. I've traveled far and I burned all the bridges I believed as soon as I hit land. All the other options held before me would wither in the light of my plan. So I lose some sales and my boss won't be happy, but there's only one thing on my mind. Searching boxes underneath the counter on a chance that on the tape I'd find a song for someone who needs somewhere to long for. Homesick, 'cause I no longer know where home is.
Good. know what to expect today. And the very first thing I saw when we went into the house was my great-grandparents' photograph. And then I saw my papa and gunggung, their photograph. And it's amazing that you're so far from home and in a place that I've never been, and my family is here. And to just know that that connection is there, even though I didn't know that it was. And then to come here and to see my mom's photograph. I did not expect that at all. I can't wait to tell her that she's here. She's never physically been here, and to know that she's here in spirit is so amazing. Yeah.
I lose some sales and my boss won't be happy, but I can't stop listening to the sound of two soft voices blended in perfection from the reels of this record that I found. Every day there's a boy in the mirror asking me, what are you doing here? Finding all my previous motives growing increasingly unclear. Homesick, 'cause I no longer know where home is.